What is wealth? I found out that people have given different definitions of wealth and from different perspectives, school of thought, scholars, and people who have superior mindset as giving definitions to wealth. And to their own experience, they are all correct, at least to some extent. But uh, when it comes to Christianity, we have another point of view as to what wealth really means. And in this video, we are going to study the concept of wealth in abundance. The concept of wealth. We need to study the concept of wealth very well. And today's video, we're going to do that much. And then today and the next three videos is going to basically station on the issue of wealth. The issue of wealth is not deep, but divination or the school of thought that give meaning to it will determine whether you are correct or you are not. So it is not all deep, as it were, and it is not um, all it's not a phenomenon that requires a lot of deep thoughts. But if you want to be correct, we have to study the scripture and then give definitions to wealth from the Bible. So, what is wealth? Um, we will explore the concept of wealth accurately. But before we go deeply to the subject of wealth, it is expedient for us to first accurately give understanding about the subject matter and also give distinctive differences between wealth, riches, and prosperity. And when we want to give distinction between what is wealth, what is riches, what is prosperity, I've seen people giving a lot of definitions to it, depending on the understanding, depending how far they have studied and how far they have gone on research or uh, how far they have learned. And also, people from economical standpoints give definitions to these different terminologies on different cases. And then, if you have been following me all through this series on this video, today is 29th or so, you will see that you are going to have a you are without giving you a lot of problem or a lot of trying to make things hard for you. You can actually give difference between these things. If you have learned about prosperity, you have learned about riches, wealth shouldn't be something deeper or something hard for you to divine. But however, I'm going to give that a distinctive difference between the two. Also, many people believe that there is no difference between the three phenomena. And the reason why they say so is because if you want to accurately define this phenomenon, they will use money to define it. And I will tell you that money is not only thing to divine these three things, especially when it comes to the issue of prosperity. You can't define money only as something that makes you prosper. You see that now. And when it comes to issue of wealth, you can't say money is only thing that makes you wealthy. See that now. So I don't want to go to ahead of myself, but I'm going to give you deep definitions. Although the subject of prosperity has been largely discussed in the earlier part of this video, if you have not discussed it, go back to my last 3, 4, 5, 6 videos. You are going to see it that we dive into it conceptually and drawn an accurate understanding between these interesting concepts. So I did a lot of job on prosperity, and I told you that prosperity means that you are not prosperous until that 5 areas is at work in your life. What's the 5 areas? That means your spiritual prosperity. Because the Bible says there is no reward for a man who gains the world and loses his soul. So you can't gain the world and lose your soul to hell. So that means spiritual prosperity, you must prosper spiritually first. Then also the book of 3 John chapter 1 verse 2 told us that we should our soul prospers as also as we should be in health. That we talk about true prosperity there. That is prosperity of our soul and also of our body. That means your soul must be transformed. You must not be a rich fool. Do that now. There are many people with money, but they are a fool. and God can require of their soul instantly because their soul is full of foolishness. You see that now. So also your health. There's no amount of prosperity a man can have or money the man can have that loses health because health is wealth. See that now. So when you are in pain and you have money, it does not still make sense. So that you have not prospered. And also I talk about financial prosperity, which people normally clamor for. And I talk about relational prosperity, whereby people have wealth of relationships. I call them commonwealth, where everybody can be a contributor to the growth of everybody and so the growth of the community. So and I mentioned that one of the easiest way to grow financially is community wealth. Community wealth. Don't forget. So that's about prosperity, but I will explain what riches means. Riches is just the ability or the substance of having excess money to cater for your need, the need of your immediate family or anyone around you. Or let me say, is the ability to have purchasing power to acquire anything you had desire. That's just riches. And that is why the Bible is very careful in using riches. If you check the Bible very well, you see that there are some people that they are not they are unbeliever. Bible is careful to use the word riches for them. Remember the story of the rich man and Lazarus. Bible did not say the prosper man. Bible did not say the wealthy man. He said the rich man. That means this man have money, quite all right. And there's only thing that divine riches is just money, nothing more, nothing else. So that is why when you see somebody is rich, he just has money. How he got it, that was another discussion for another day. But the thing is that he has money, and that is riches. So when you have the ability to, or you have excess money, riches is just having excess money to cater for your need for your family, anyone around you. That is riches. You can eat what you want, you can buy what you want, you can do anything you want, you can brag about it, you can do anything about it, you can even call God a fool. It's riches. Or when a person have purchasing power to acquire anything they had desires. That is rich. So in the world today, we have many rich men, but we don't have many prosperous men. And also we don't have many wealthy men. See that now. But I'll just try starting from riches so that you can understand. Because to some extent we have understand what prosperity means. So I don't want to delve too much on that. But when it comes to riches, it's just that money. You have money, you have purchasing power. That is when they say a car is $200,000, you can buy it. They say a house is $2 million, you can buy it. If they say this thing, this yacht costs $3.2 billion, you can buy it. It shows that you have purchasing power. So anybody who have purchasing power is a rich person, regardless of their religion, their belief, their mindset, whatever. In fact, let them be a fool because they are rich fool. And automatically, those some people, Bible does not reach them. You see that now. The Bible is very, very meticulous about using the word rich. You see, there's a guy that came to Jesus and said, Master, what should I do to enter the kingdom? He said, go and do this, and do that, give the poor, do that and do that. He said, I've been doing that thing from his youth. Jesus now said, okay, since you are doing that one, now you lack one thing. He said, go and sell everything you have and give it to the poor. Bible said the guy was furious because he has many riches. Look at what the Bible uses, many riches. Not because he has prosperity or he is wealthy. He has many riches because what you just have is just riches. It's called purchasing power. That means regardless of the economy, you have capacity to buy things at your own will. You have money, or let me call it, my people call it excess money. In fact, the way my people even divine riches is somebody who have excess money. That's what, and it stopped there. And it's true. You have excess money. What to do with the money or how the money came, that one is left to you. But riches is just that you have excess money. You see that now. So that is riches. And when we say wealth, for the concept of this video, wealth. Wealth can be defined as the ability to have money, resources, and manpower that can reproduce money again and again. You see different now. So if you say somebody is wealthy, it means that somebody has a bank of money, he has resources, he has manpower. That these people they can reproduce money again and again. That's why they keep having more money. A rich man can become poor overnight, but a wealthy man cannot become poor overnight like that. Apart from there are certain things that can happen, either by natural disaster or some policy, but a policy is just a game that a wealthy man can easily overcome. The only thing that we pay for it are the masses. If they tax the wealthy man too much, we put the tax on the masses. See that now. They will just find a way to put more money on the goods or service they offer, and the people that bear the real burden are the masses. See that now. So that's why when the government is not careful, when we begin to tax the rich man or the wealthy man too much, you are actually taxing the poor because they are the one that go to suffer it. And I did this video more than 2 months ago about the issue of taxes, and I said there that when you are doing taxes, you must be careful because if you are in an economy where there are too much of poor people, you are only taxing the poor, not the rich. You see that now. So except you want to control the market price. If you control the market price, you are just taxing, you are just deceiving yourself. See that now. So wealth is the ability to have money, resources, and manpower. That means these people they have business running, and those are the things that differentiate a wealthy man. They have system that bring money. They have business, they have firm, they have entrepreneurial activities going on, they have investment going on, they have a lot of things working for them. Even at their sleep, money is still coming in. See that now. So that's a wealthy man. Where the wealthy man uh is in control of is part of the value chain of the economy. So they have invested in different areas, be it agriculture, industry, manufacturing, banking, telecommunication, healthcare, name it. They are almost everywhere because they want to put their money where they can have returns. Those are wealthy people, and they have the money, they have the resources, they have the manpower. You see them in manufacturing, you see them in agriculture, you see them in healthcare, you see them in telecommunication, you see them almost anywhere. Those are wealthy people. So, and those kind of things make sure that money is being reproduced again and again. So, a wealthy man knows how to reproduce money. That is why wealthy men, when money enter their hands, one of the things we see in their life that they want to invest it. They want to put the money somewhere. They are not just careful about spending. They want to invest. They want to turn the money into a real good. So the concept of wealth goes beyond just having money. It is the ability to build system and structure on ground that has the capability to reproduce money. So wealth is like you have the ability to build system and structure that have the capability to reproduce money again and again. So a wealthy man can reproduce money again and again, regardless of anything that happens. Regardless of what's going on in the economy, they will know how to reproduce money again and again. See that now. So a wealthy man is not just a man that has money. A wealthy man is a man that can reproduce money at any time, even while sleeping. And they does it because they have chains of investment here and there. They have models here and there. But before I stop, um, prosperity is the mother of the first two. Prosperity is the mother of wealth and riches. You see that now? Prosperity is the mother of wealth and riches. You can become a rich person, um, not only investing. There are some jobs that really pay that they pay good salary. Yeah, there's some job can make you rich. Yeah, there are some jobs, office jobs that pay you very very high. In fact, so those expatriates, those professionals, there are some jobs that pay very high. You can become rich, but you may not become wealthy. See that now because those jobs has limits to what they can pay, even though they pay some of them pay high, and also they control the salary scale. So that now, but one of the freedom that wealth gives you, that there's no control of what you can earn. You can earn as much as possible as you can. And sometimes in building wealth, a salary earner can be earning than you at some point in time. But at a level, you can be earning times 10, times 50, times 100 of what the person earns, depending on how much you skill over the years. You see that now. So, but prosperity is the mother of the first two, because a prosperous man, a man is prosperous when his spiritual life, his body, soul, and relationship are working at once without leaving anyone behind. And that's why prosperity is somehow hard and difficult sometimes. People don't want to accept those definitions. People don't want to accept those concepts, but it's fine, because the way God um divine his thing is so much different from the way men divine their things, and it's quite all right. Nobody has to argue with you. You can have your way and even die with it, but no, the standard of God will never come down. So when God says you are a prosperous person, you have more than money, you have more than wealth. You are more than a rich man, you are more than a wealthy man. Because your spirit, soul, and body, then you have money and relationships. So all these five things are working at once. Nothing is shaking, nothing is reducing. You are in sound health, your soul is transformed, your spirit is in line with Jesus, you have relationship here and there, then you have money. That is a prosperous person. That is a prosperous person. So one must not die out of the five. Once one die, you have a job to do, because prosperity goes beyond just having money or how to reproduce money. Prosperity is when the salvation of your soul is intact, which is regeneration. Then your soul is transformed. Then your body is in good health. Then there is money in your pocket or bank account. And lastly, you have relationships of men who are there for you. So when it comes to being rich or wealthy, this five does not really matter. See that now. That's why we don't use prosperous person for a man who's not in the kingdom. We can use the term rich man for you. We can use the term wealthy man for you, but we can't use prosperous person for you if you are not in Christ. Because you are not prosperous. You only have you can be wealthy, you can know the way of the world to multiply money, you can be wealthy, you can be rich, but you're not prosperous. So those five don't really matter when it comes to definition of rich or wealth. And that's why the concept of wealth must not be misunderstood. Must not go and check the Bible when the Bible get to use the word wealth for people. And you say the Bible says through prosperity, my cities shall be spread abroad, not through wealth, not through riches. He said through prosperity. There's a reason why Bible was meticulous about using prosperity, because it was a deeper meaning. People don't know what it means to prosper, because when you say somebody prosper, okay, let me use the word prosperity again. Let's use prosper. Now, if you say somebody prosper, it means somebody progress in life, he move forward, he is doing well. Do you mention money? No. That means somebody can have money but it's not doing well in life, depending on how he got the money. You see that now. So when it comes to prosperity, these five must be at work in your life. Removing one out of it, without removing one out of it, so these five things must be at work in your life without removing anything out of it. So when you say you are wealthy, you are saying you just know there are many ways people can make money. It's not only the kingdom people make money. See that now. And that's where I always tell people that when um I've met some Christians, and sometimes they are furious, they are hungry, and they begin to say some things that, why did God not give us money? Why are we not prosper? blah 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 da, 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 da. I tell them, why did you say so? Have you seen the Bible where Bible says God does not bless his people? They said no. And what they concluded is that unbeliever, they don't even know God. They even have money. But we that we know God, we are poor. Number one thing I always first tell them is that, okay, if you say somebody is wealthy in the world, number one, you must first go and find out who bless them and how they make money. If you can't give that true answer, then you are a fool. If you can't show me how they actually make that wealth and who actually bless them, because wealth is not, money is not something that just come to you because you are a nobody. Even Satan, he has people that he bless. There are people that serve Satan that they are still poor. You get it now? If Satan, he knows who to even give him money to. The same way God is meticulous about giving money out to people or bless people, is the same way Satan is meticulous about giving, because Satan knows that some people they are not useful enough for his kingdom. So he knows who to give the wealth to. He knows who can actually go extreme for him. So it's a kingdom matter. You see that now. So people don't know that there are people that are serving Satan, they are still poor. Many of them. There are many people that are very poor. But you know what? Christians won't see that one. They won't. What they're after is that they are million believers and they have money. Wait, have you found people in Christian that they have money too? Or you are not aware that people that follow Christ, they have real money, like really real money. But our standard in the kingdom, number one, we are compromised, we are biased, we don't even know the ways of God. You see that now. So we don't know who blesses them, we don't know how they make money. And people you are saying that they have money, if you actually find out what they are doing secretly, you will run away, you will not covet their wealth. You won't. Some of them are not even doing anything fetish or diabolical, but they have created a system that are very so corrupt. Their wealth thrive in that corruption. See that now. I can tell you from Nigeria, there are many wealthy people in this nation that because of monopoly of power and then some corruption that has happened in this country, the reason why they are keep if this country begin to move well, so people wealth will come down. Because the reason why they have power is because of Nigerian has turned upside down. So they are manipulating the corruption as a tool to glide and soar higher. You see that now. So and that is why if you want to prosper in the country Nigeria, there are many things that work against you. Because you want to prosper against a corrupt system which the kingdom of God did not allow. You see that now. So it's now more harder to prosper or to have money in a godly way, because most of the ways people projected, they look sometimes okay, but by the time you check at the end of it, is corruption, is crime, is theft, it is dubious things happen at the end of it, but they won't show you at the beginning. So to make real money in this part of some all these corrupt countries, you need to work hard and God has to really help you, except you compromise. And that is why when I see Christians who begin to sort out money without the wisdom of God, they will eventually compromise. Eventually, because the system of the world is so much corrupt, and those systems have been created meticulously that you can't pass through it and survive. Two things will happen: either you enter it and they swallow you up, or you decline and ask God for help. But you can't go with your human brain, enter those corrupt system and come out clean. You can't. One way or other, they are going to buy your soul, they're going to buy your integrity, they're going to buy your salvation, even go for it. That one for sure. You will still be being a Christian name, going to church, but you and God know that your soul is already far from him. And that thing alone will show that at the end of your day, you only gain the world, but you have lost your soul. That is why when I'm teaching Christian, about issue of money, making money. I always make them understand this thing that making money is not as important as understand understanding where you want to make the money from, because in a place whereby 90% of people that have become wealthy in the place they become wealthy because of corruption that exists in the place. That means you have a lot of work to do for you to move above and glide beyond that corrupt system. It takes a long way. Yeah, it takes a long way, and by so doing, God need to help you. That's the pure fact, and that's the truth. God need to help you. So when it comes to the definitions of riches, prosperity, and wealth, when people from the lens of the world want to judge you, say all of them are deceived, they're just different concepts. No, but economists can give you at least a different perspective from their own economic angle. But when you go down to the scripture and find out what the Bible says about it, you will find that those three things are distinctively different. And the Bible is very meticulous to use these three things for people. You will never see anywhere in the Bible that God used prosperity or prosper for a man who is disaligned with God. It doesn't happen. The best Bible we use is just wealth or riches. Wealth or riches. Wealth or riches. And one of the things that I find Bible normally use for people that become prosperous is blessings. A blessed man. A blessed. That's what God. At a point, some Bible tradition use wealthy or wealth for Abraham. But actually, what Bible actually know, and that tradition is actually blessing. It's not just wealth, it's blessing. Different translations have how they interpret this Bible, but actual manuscript is wealth. Is not just wealth, it is blessing. It is blessings. It is blessings. So we need to understand these different concepts and know that um, you are not just wealthy, you are not just powerful, you are not just with money, you are actually a person who understands how to make money. And then not just make money, to make money in godly way, because if you want godly way, you are going to prosperous, but make it ungodly way, you are going to become just wealthy or rich, and that's all about it. So I believe that this video has given you at least enough distinctive definitions of what wealth means, and definitions of what the word means, and definition of what prosperity means, and definition of what riches means. So rich, prosperity, wealth are different distinctive concepts that we must not mix together. And if you want to have more understanding, I wish that during Bible study I could have do more deep Bible study about it, but you can study more and find out these three things, and you will see that Bible is meticulous and careful on how they use these concepts interchangeably. So I believe that you have already understand what these things means, and then you have gained knowledge of what is wealth. So in our next video, I'm going to show us the two ways of wealth creation, where money run to, and then we're going to have a deeper understanding of that concept and the idea of what God wants to say to us concerning wealth creation and the purpose of wealth. Until next time I meet you again, I believe that you have a value for time. Do well to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much. God bless you. See you next time. Bye for now.